Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate 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 Vasudevaya.
Srimad Bhagavatam. Tasvapatyur Maharaja. Tasvapatyur Maharaja. Nirikshadhyatmikim gatim.
Nirikshadhyatmikim gatim.
Nirikshadhyatmikim gatim.
Nirikshadhyatmikim.
Anviyustat prabhavena.
Anviyustat prabhavena.
Anviyustat prabhavena.
Anviyustat prabhavena.
Agnim shantamiva shisha.
Agnim shantamiva shisha.
Agnim shantamiva shisha.
Agnim shantamiva shisha.
Taksvapatyur Maharaja.
Tasvapatyur Maharaja.
Nirikshadhyatmikim gatim.
Nirikshadhyatmikim gatim.
Anviyustat prabhavena.
Anviyustat prabhavena.
Agnim shantamiva shisha.
Agnim shantamiva shisha.
Tatsvapatyur Maharaja.
Taksvapatyur Maharaja.
Nirikshadhyatmikim gatim.
Nirikshadhyatmikim gatim.
Anviyustat prabhavena.
Anviyustat prabhavena.
Agnim shantai varchishaha.
Agnim shantamiva shisha.
Tatsvapatyur Maharaja.
Tatsvapatyur Maharaja.
Hirikshadhyatmikim gatim.
Nirikshadhyatmikim gatim.
Anviyustat pravena.
Anviyustat prabhavena.
Agnim shantam ivarchisaha.
Agnim shantamiva shisha.
Ladies.
Tatsvapatyur Maharaja.
Tatsvapatyur Maharaja.
Nirikshadhyatmikim gatim.
Nirikshadhyatmikim gatim.
Anviyustat prabhavena.
Anviyustat prabhavena.
Agnim shantamiva shisha.
Agnim shantamiva shisha.
So, we have many guests today. Vous parlez plutôt français or you speak better English?
Better English.
Better English?
Yes.
You speak English? No.
Okay, English.
You understand English? No?
It's for me. Moi non.
Est-ce que quelqu'un ne comprend pas l'anglais?
English.
Okay, and you can continue. Okay. Traduction mot à mot.
After two, we have to break the Ekadashi in 5 minutes. So. It's offered to the deities.
So, hier nous avions un jour de jeûne, Ekadashi, un jeûne dévotionnel pour le plaisir du Seigneur Krishna. Et pour marquer ensuite, on est censé arrêter ce jeûne en fonction de la lune. Et c'est maintenant. Allez, voilà. bien. On est dans les règles comme ça. Ah, les règles, c'est les règles, mais c'est pas mal quand même. Ça donne des cadres dans notre vie. If we have only to follow our feelings, very elevated spiritual feelings, not every day we will follow that. So it's good to have some rules, discipline. Even though we may not completely understand, it's good. But we should also not follow the rules without caring what it means, why we do this, why we do that. Many times people or devotees from India, they told me that, I was following, without, asking any question, my mother or my grandfather doing puja every morning and this ritual, that ritual, but I didn't know why. And Bhagavad Gita, okay, Jai, but I never read Bhagavad Gita. Then, it's just empty rituals. And what is the result? New generation in India, they reject. We don't want these things. We want technology. But it's not good. So, some cultural, spiritual rules are good, but not empty. Therefore, there must be also philosophy. Very important. Understanding. Because, okay. Translation. O Maharaj Parikshit, by observing their husband progressing in spiritual existence, the wives of Sobari Muni were also able to enter the spiritual world by his spiritual power. Just as the flames of a fire cease when the fire is extinguished. Ô Maharaj Parikshit, en observant leur époux progresser dans l'existence spirituelle, les épouses de Shobhari Muni furent elles aussi capables d'entrer dans le monde spirituel par sa puissance spirituelle, tout comme les flammes d'un feu cessent lorsque le feu s'éteint. Okay, let's go back to the story a little, because we are not there. Shobhari Muni and his wives. Shobhari Muni is a great spiritual person, and he knows that in order to awaken and clear out the spiritual mind and consciousness toward Om Tat Vishnu Paramam Padam Yada Pashanti Suryayo, toward Om Tat Vishnu, was the spiritual world, Lord Vishnu or Krishna. We have to clear out, all kind of materialistic habits and consciousness. I am this, I am that, therefore my life, I have to do this, I have to do that. We have to be Krishna conscious. We are part and parcel of God. So we have to turn to God. Otherwise, religion doesn't mean anything. Dharmam tu sakshat bhavavat pranitam. Religion means to follow God, not just some external things, one religion, another religion, but we don't care, who is he, why we are here, how to go back to him, how does he look like, what he likes. When you are invited to somebody's home, or when you want to go, you go because you like the person, not just invitation, but you like the person, so you know him. Yes, okay, I like to go, I like to answer this invitation. So, in all spiritual cycles and religions, there is invitation. Please come to my world. Please come to your world, because that's your real home. And unfortunately, many times people, they don't care so much about that. They care to follow some ethical, moral rules, follow some rituals, but the goal is not clear, and certainly the Supreme Father, the original creator, the supreme original source of everything, we don't know. Therefore, this invitation, which is the main point of all the spiritual teachings, is not taken seriously. So this Krishna consciousness movement is meant to teach us the real meaning of religious activities or moral, humanitarian, like that. And for that, you know, the Lord is very kind. He reveals himself to us, different levels. I am here, you don't see me, but you can understand through nature arrangement that there is some control behind. Maya Dyakshina Prakriti Suyate Satcharacharam. I am the controller of nature. And we can understand that life comes from chemicals. No. No, life doesn't come from the chemicals. You know, this nice little girl is not just a bag of chemicals, just, you know, moving like that. No, it's a pure soul, living entity, conscious, you know, within a material body. So life doesn't come from the body. Life comes from life. And the body comes from this life, develops because there is life. And life comes from originally from the supreme living person, God. So now, what is God? The creator, invisible, but must be there just like today the sun is not visible, but there is light. So some clear indication that there is a source of this light. Light doesn't exist by itself. Energy means energetic, source of energy. With the controller of this nature, with the original source of the life, life is so wonderful. To be a living person, living entity, it's so extraordinary, conscious, moving, doing things, you know. Do you think that comes from just some chemicals or some explosion, big bang, boom, and, you know, matter start to think? Of course, after many, many years, they say, you know, going through, you know, this and that. But, you know, still, what about the, you know, the beginning is just unconscious, immovable matter. And you may wait for thousands of centuries, you may, you know, well, you cannot mix because matter doesn't move, it doesn't mix. So life, evolution is directed by conscious, living person. This is God. But then who is he? You know, we know now we are orphans, we are orphans. Oh, I was told that I have a father. Oh, very nice. I have a father. Oh, okay, thank you. I feel better, more complete now. And I keep doing my job in life. Well, okay, that's basic, common religion. And if I am in a bad situation, I have his phone number. I can call him. Hey, Dad, can you send me some money? Thank you. Oh, Mom. Difficult this time. Give me some emotional solace. Well, that's not so bad. Go to the church, go to the temple, pray. oh, my Father, please give me this, give me that for this material life. But the goal of religion is not that. Savepum samparo dharmo yatobhakti radokshage aetukia pratyata yayatma suprasidati. The Atma, the soul, will be satisfied only when he share the life of God, of Krishna. Then he is very happy. Not just bring God down to material life, to our life. No, we have to serve Him there. And as part and parcel, this is the goal of life. The goal of human life is to re-establish a relationship, a real relationship with God. But today, people are not interested in God. They're interested in, sometimes I heard, instead of being interested in God, they're interested in dog. Thousands and thousands of dogs and cats and birds and snakes everywhere. People are really, nice, like that. And God is there, maybe in a little corner of the house, but the dog is sitting on the big sofa. He spends, thousands of euros and just to feed him like that. And God, he has a little leaf. Okay, that's enough. I'll go. So it is nice that we get some information about our goal of life, to go back to our original nature, original home, eternal world, full of bliss, full of knowledge, no more sufferings of birth, death, old age, disease, flies, and so many things, epidemics, war, anxieties, future. No. The soul is meant to be peacefully happy, in love for the source of all pleasure, Krishna. Krishna means the reservoir, the source of all eternal pleasure. And if we connect with him through yoga, different, then, we feel peaceful, complete, happy, and we know which direction give to our life. Yes. And Bhaktyamam Abhijanati, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, the only way, ultimately, to connect fully with me is through love. He doesn't need anything, God. He is complete. He doesn't need our money. He doesn't need our intelligence. He doesn't need our meditation like that. But he is attracted to our personal love, feelings. Yes, I like to know you. I like to give you love. What was the song? Oh my Lord, I really want to see you. I really want to know you. I really want to give you love, but it takes so long, my Lord. Hare Krishna. Okay, George Key. That's George Harrison, my sweet Lord. Okay, yes, and we are very lucky because this knowledge about our, God, our Father, our Krishna, is given in different ways, but it is given very fully in scriptures from India. Not different from other scriptures, same. But you have sometimes pocket dictionary, bigger, and encyclopedia. So Vedas are like encyclopedia about the soul, about the Supreme, about Krishna, about the way how to get free from incomplete, imperfect life, and how to reach out a real, eternal, blissful life. That's nice. So we get information from the form of God. Is Krishna. Is not just imagination, an old person because he's all dust, or a cloud with a voice. No, he has a form. He describes himself. It's not a concoction. And it is also through the revelation of pure saintly people. They could visualize God in their heart. and that confirm the description of the scriptures, that Krishna is eternally look like a young person, beautiful features, extremely beautiful. You can't resist his smile, his lotus eyes, and nice decoration, peacock feather, playing the flute. And he can also manifest himself in different ways if he wants. He's a magician, Vishnu, or like this, like that. And he has many servants, the devatas. They are not God, they are his servants. But because they are his servants, they are great persons also. We offer respects to Lord Brahma, Shiva, Ganesh, Lakshmi, like that. And they're all servants of Narayan. So Shobhari Muni was somebody like that. He was very serious in his spiritual life. So he engaged in liberating himself from all material thinking, association, like that. You know, sometimes sages, they go to the Himalaya or in some cave, like that. Shobhari Muni, in another age of humanity, he went through his yogic power, he went underneath water in the Jamuna, deep. And he stayed there for years and years and years, getting completely independent from material necessities and meditating on, the supreme transcendental reality. But, why there is a but? Well, because yenye ravindaksha vimukta manina, those who think they have, through their great, serious austerities, studying knowledge, following rituals, they think now I am free. But they forgot to worship the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. The main thing, the goal, ultimate goal. Sometimes you travel and you go, I stopped to see that. And then the story of a petit chaperon rouge. And then I go and see this. And at the end, you just forget the goal. So like that. So those who forget the goal, which is to develop some knowledge and love for God, they think they are liberated, but the desire of the soul will not be satisfied, and they will have to engage again in other desires, material desires. So Shobhari Muni, one time he was almost free from all anything materialistic. He was in transcendence, but two little fishes just in front of him, one male, one female, engaged in conjugal affairs, and he became attracted. And that his transcendental meditation were broken, and he thought about, and he thought about these sexual affairs, and he had to come out of the water. He could not maintain, and he went to get married, and he got married with 100 or 50 girls, nice, very nice persons, and then he recognized that he was not really liberated, and he had to add something more, not artificial renunciation, getting, no, I am not, this, that. Yes, things are there in the mind. You may go high in the Himalaya or down in the river, but you cannot escape. Your mind is with you. So we have to be sure before renouncing that you will be able to maintain it through attachment to the Lord. So that's what he did. He follows the regulative principles of material conjugal life with his wives, not forgetting the Lord, but having this temporary satisfaction. And at the end, he took Vanaprastha. He retired from everything. So no more money, society, friendship, love. This is finished. I came out alone. I will live alone with Krishna. So he took Vanaprastha, and if his wife they wanted, either they stay with the family to teach all the children and help like that, or they can follow their husband. But there is no intimate relationship, and it is individual, no responsibility. So that's what happened. He went to the forest and engaged again fully in meditation on the Lord this time. And his wives, they followed him. They choose to follow him. And the verse today, O Maharaj Parikshit, by observing their husband progressing in spiritual existence, the wives of Shobhari Muni were also able to enter the spiritual world by his spiritual power, just as the flames of a fire cease when the fire is extinguished. Purport, commentary by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 9.32, Striyo Vaishyas tata Shudras tepiyanti param gatim, which means everyone can equally progress and reach the goal of spiritual life. In this verse, it is said that women are not considered very powerful in following spiritual principles. But if a woman is fortunate enough to get a good husband who is spiritually advanced, and if she always engages in his service, she also gets the same benefit as her husband. Here it is clearly said that the wives of Shobhari Muni also went back to the spiritual world by the influence of their husband. They were unfit, but because they were faithful followers of their husband, they also entered the spiritual world with him. Thus, a woman should be a faithful servant of her husband. And if the husband is spiritually advanced, the woman will automatically get the opportunity to enter the spiritual world. Wow, that's a good, I don't know if it is a good political program for today. I wonder if if Mr. Macron or Mélenchon like that, yes, women should be faithful followers of their husband. Well, of course, this is culture. Culture is not the goal. Culture is a means to attain the goal. So if culture is possible and proper, very nice. If not, let's not forget the goal. And as said in Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada said at the beginning, Striyo Vaishyas tata Shudra. Everybody, because we are all equal spiritual souls. Man, women, children, animals, angels. This is different machines. But the person inside has the same potential, full. So, if the culture doesn't help us, does the culture today help us in spiritual life? Let's say not so much. Not so much. We can see our children degrading. Children, grandparents, parents, children, and grandchildren. Is there any progress in morality, in peace, in spiritual understanding, in general? No. It's degrading. Especially for us, it's like in the West, it's like on, let's say, 200 years, 300 years with a technological revolution. And slowly, like that, In India, it's worse. In 1-2 generation, boom, from nice culture, respectful, moral, spiritual, then he became, lost, practically. And at the same time, that the moral and social principles are getting lost, many cheaters are coming up. Yes, don't care about God, you are all God. Just meditate on the void and it will be okay. No, this is cheating. This is not the Veda scriptures. Yes, so what do you think? Well, it's a fact that if there is cooperation between husband and wife, cooperation, each one has his own quality and duties, then it is good for both. And then here, the point is that we have to read what Prabhupada says here about culture, but understand it. If a woman takes another role, that her natural role of maintaining the kind, loving atmosphere with her husband and with the family, very busy with doing nicely, perfectly something else, CIO, PDG, or this or that. Well, that will be at the expense of something. Often, very often. And then we see today so many families, separated, divorced. The husband comes back from work, instead of a nice reception, nice meal, nice atmosphere with flowers everywhere, he has to open the fridge and get his thing and then later on the wife comes back from work also tired like that. And the children, they take some junk food in front of their computer, and after a few years, why stay together? Everybody wants to do his own thing. So that's not so good in general. So it's nice if everybody, each in the family keeps his role, as much as possible. And then the whole family is benefited. It's a peaceful path. But today, it is not so easy. Easy to say, but it's not so easy to live. So many circumstances. So, if the culture is not lost, but disturbed, there is a special medicine, which is direct feeling, direct peace, direct happiness in relationship with Krishna, with God. Kalaya dosha nidera janasti okoma guna kirtana deva Krishnasya mukta sangha param rajet. We can be freed from all this stress, this sad evolution of our life, family life, professional life, this and that, social life, international life, so many problems, so many fear, anxieties. We can be freed from that if we directly connect with the Lord through chanting His name. Nobody can say it's difficult. Even a child can happily chant. It doesn't require money. We don't ask anything. Everybody can join this chanting and feel for himself or herself. Feel, this extraordinary connection with the Supreme Lord, Supreme Personality of the Divine, of Godhead, Krishna. This is not concoction. This is not a personal idea. It is Shastra. And it is confirmed by sadhus from centuries, millenniums, who have deeply experienced and work on the spiritual level. So this is a serious. This Hare Krishna movement is not a new concoction. It's not sentimental. It is not exploitation, false. No. It is a parampara. It's a long, genuine tradition with many great saintly persons, great philosophers, great devotees of the Lord, And we are just trying to follow that by the mercy of Prabhupada, who came to the West to give the real Indian culture, which is the goal. Om Tat Vishnu Paramapadam Yasham Suryayo. The real nice person, Sura, not the Asura. Asura means rejecting the goal of life, It's not good to engage others in a false goal or in no goal. It's not nice. You are yourself not really happy. You don't know exactly what's the goal of your life. You just try to struggle against problems. You just try to hope I will be happy, rich, good health, happy family, happy society. But unless you are very proud, you look around and you see, it's not sure, actually, and ultimately we all will go to die. So, Asura, not the nice persons, but the bad people, they reject this, taking sometimes, especially when you are young, taking some time away from regular life and, inside, ask important questions. Why I'm doing here? What kind of life I want to follow? What kind of people I want to associate with? That's intelligent. But Asuras, they don't want to hear about that. Don't ask so many questions. Try to make money and enjoy as much as possible, and destroy animals in slaughterhouses, eat meat and drink and smoke, and if you don't have enough money, you can play, lotto, everything. Maybe by chance, everything is chance. It will work. No, this is not an intelligent, nice life. We have direction. We should try to follow these directions. So Sobari Muni, he recognized that he was not really deeply peaceful, and he had the experience. So if we have in our life a little sign, a little experience that we are not exactly what we think we are, or what we would like to be, sometimes I, do something not completely pure, not completely nice, not completely good, intelligent, then we have to try to reflect a little. Otherwise, we will just go, but you took the wrong direction. Don't expect the result will be okay. And not only the result in this life, but because the soul doesn't die, life doesn't depend on matter, on the body. The body will die, but the soul will keep alive. Our body has died already. We are the little baby body. This body has died. The cells are changing. So the body is changing at each second. But we remain the same person, because we are the living entity inside. So at the time of death, whatever is our material life, we have to take another body. Keep, looking for the goal of life. And if we start in this life, at least start. Think about, associate with spiritual persons, read spiritual books, practice some connections, yoga, religion, link to God. Try to not be just vague in spiritual life, vague in God. No. Why should we remain just vague idea, vague principles of life? No. We are pure souls. Everywhere he said, become again perfect. Because, the Father is perfect, you have part of him, so become again perfect. So don't remain at this level of basic spiritual life, which is all right. Because if we increase our desire and association with other spiritual persons, then we will be guided from within our heart by the Lord. He's there. We are part of Him. He doesn't forget us because we forget Him, but He keeps. So we will be guided, no doubt. And this will be good association, good knowledge, philosophical understanding, good practice, chanting the name of God, Hare Krishna mantra, and not only less problematic life, but at the end of this life, which is, we are all very old. We are all very old. Maybe. Because age is according to not birth, but also according to death. If death is close to us, we are very old. And we don't know when death will come. So we may be very old today, each of us. And at the end of this life, then, if we made a step, if we have made a good step in this human life, next life, we can go back to the spiritual world. Finish. Or, as Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, you will have a good birth in a good family, and you will naturally be encouraged to improve what you have started before. That's why you are probably most of you here, because in your past life you already started, and then in this life, come out of the womb of the mother. What's that? And then all of a sudden everybody, gili gili, mignon. What do you want this? You want a lollipop, machin? You want a little computer? You want a little scooter? Great. And then, some problems are starting to come, exams and girlfriend or boyfriend is not good and that. And, and one day you go in Paris, in Saint-Michel or in Tours, and you hear, what is that? And, Hare Krishna chanting. What are these people? Strange, and like that, and ching like that. But they look not crazy. They look peaceful, happy, and one is coming to me. No. Please, take a little book, take a little something, please read it, and unconsciously remembrance from your past life comes. Okay, give me. I'm polite, yes. I give you €1, it's okay. And few months later, what is that? Yes, life comes from life. Reincarnation. God is not a mythology, it's philosophical understanding, and I feel in my heart. And maybe I'll go to the Hare Krishna temple and see what's going on there. Anyway, Hare Krishna. So Sobari Muni was like that. He recognized he was not fully realized spiritually, and he, instead of artificial renunciation, he lived a life, family life, serious, sober, with spiritual principles and serving God, chanting the name of God with faith and love. And at the end of his life, he knew from the very beginning, that's more easy. If we don't think of that now when we are young or family persons, it will be difficult when you retire to go back to the spiritual life. No more work, I have some pension, I can peacefully enjoy. And then boom, 1 year later you get cancer, or your grandchildren are problems you have to take care of, so then finished. No good end of life. But if you start when you are now in life with family, society, friendship, love, and big car and everything, which is okay. But if you don't forget every day, regularly, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. allez, then it's easy. You know, when you finish your life, your children are grown up, you know, your wife is secure, or she still wants to be with you, then you can, you know, go to more again internal life, you know, and go back home, back together. So Sobarimuni did that, and his wife, she was happy. With he had 50 wives in these times, not today, yeah. Okay, Ekapatni Pratap, Lord Ramchandra, one wife and one husband. So yes, when he became very old, he went back to his spiritual devotion to Krishna, and his wife was very happy also to follow him, and together, boom, they were blessed, and you know, free from this material life and go back together. That's nice. Of course, some don't need to go through this type of life like Shobari Muni. Some can all their life completely, you know, the goal is to free from temporary, illusory material happiness. Just, you know, boom. Like I think Shankaracharya, he took sannyas, renunciation at 12 years old. You know, 12 years old, like that. And Dhruva Maharaj, Dhruva, 5 years old, goes to the forest because, you know, I want to be rich, I want to be strong. Mother, well, I'm just a poor woman, you know, but God can help me maybe, yes. Where is he? Well, I know some sages go to the forest to find him. So 5 years old, boom, he goes to the forest and he, you know, meditate. Om Namo Narayana, like that. And he follow, you know. Prahlad Maharaj, you know, we have examples of people like that, you know. Yeah. Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, Naishtik Brahmachari, never married. He was a strong man, not impotent. Very strong, very moral, very extremely intelligent, everybody like. But okay, no, I will never marry. I will devote myself to spiritual life for the good of everybody. That's real renunciation. You don't renounce being good for others. Now you take the whole society as your family, not just mine. No, this is renunciation. So Sobari Muni did like that. But we have to recognize that, yes, I finish, 1 minute more, I finish that, and we have to remember that the basic problem of all that is this attraction for temporary material pleasure, which is not the nature of the soul. You know, we wanted to be separated from God. He gave us a toy, a little toy. Okay, I can play with material life. You know. And the most intense illusion, most attractive aspect of material life is sex life. So, what to do? Renounce sex life like Sobari Muni? Who is, you know, nobody. No. Yeah. And forget about whole thing? Well, you're going to suffer. No. We have to find a way. Chanting the name of the Lord, a special mercy, you know, that will help you directly to gradually, more or less, if possible quickly, be freed from these materialistic desires. And then you can keep following your life, but you are not attached. You do it as a, you know, grateful duty and service to Krishna. So that's it. I wanted to make you listen to a few minutes of Srila Prabhupada preaching about this story, but it's already 9 and there is breakfast, and Prabhu wants to say something. Giri?
Yes. I wanted to point out that these 50 ladies were actually greatly fortunate ladies. They took birth apparently in a royal family, and normally the Sobori Muni wanted just one wife. And all of them, they arranged, there were 50 daughters and they arranged to be married all in a block with ceremony. And at the end, they made a good choice. It was a good deal for them. They got plenty children, elephant, palace, swimming pool, lotuses, med servant, everything we can possibly imagine, like in this world. And plenty children like that. At the end, they had the intelligence to go with him. They could have stayed at the King Mandata's palace or some other thing, but no, they followed him. And the reward was that they were able to go back to the spiritual world. And that's a pretty good deal for them.
Yeah, this is the beauty and value of culture. Although it is not the goal, uniquely, renunciation, knowledge, and no. Culture is very good because even if you are not so, still have some desire, like, all these young girls, okay, it's to be a wife of somebody very rich and powerful, I like it, okay. But, Sobari Muni was very determined to not lose all his spiritual benefit from before. So he engaged the whole families, all the wives, in proper culture. And through culture, finally, they okay, yes, our husband is a nice person, he's a nice husband, he gave us, what we wanted, but he gave us more than that. He reawakened also our, spiritual desire, and together we go. So culture is nice, but we should not be too much dependent upon it, because today, sometimes, it is the wife who will save the husband. Equal chance, So we don't say, men are better, women are this or that. No, we say we are all spirit souls, and we are all today very unfortunate, very unfit, honestly, humbly, but the Lord is very kind. So He allows everybody, Sriyo Vesha Stata Shudra, Yepi Antim, Param Gatim. He gave us all, even without culture, the possibility to reawaken fully our spiritual consciousness, our connection with Him, and go back to the spiritual world through the chanting of His name. It is said in all scriptures, que ton nom soit sanctifié, Allah Akbar, Hare Krishna, Om, okay, but some or other. And because we are, I could say, because we are all taking part in this great movement of taking advantage of this mercy of chanting the name of the Lord, then we can understand that we are associating with nice persons. Yes, it's not by chance. So we have to take advantage of this association. Please invite me in your home and pray for me. And please come back here and we'll pray together. And be careful of this life, material life. Dangerous today. Dangerous. Not only bombing or viruses, but bad influences from people. Very dangerous. Even a good person can be turned, Good children, So we may be tolerant for ourselves, we may be strong, okay, but we are very careful for our children, at least. So just at least for them, let's keep good association that will balance the bad association they will get in the society and save them. So, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for giving your association, very, very valuable. Yes. Of course, if you can give also 1 million euros, that will be also appreciated. Well, a lot of things to repair here, in order to receive you more properly. But if you just give first your association, let's cooperate together and try to make this world better, as some say, which is the goal of many, many people today. And we're trying here not to be utopian. We want to be idealistic, have a goal, not just let's plant some nice flowers and vegetables without chemicals, and that's it. Well, that's good, but it's not enough. Let's be together for a while, make a cycle and like that, and we feel good. Good, it's not enough. We want to follow some serious process, not coming from a fertile brain. No, from scriptures, from sages, saintly people, sadhus, guru, shastra, sadhu. And we want some practical life also, culture. So like this community, is that. It is that. We want to have good human relationships, so we can have a peaceful life, moral principles, social, like that. Depending on nature, eco-construction and bulls plowing the field, no big tractors, like that, and gas oil increase, no food now. And the supermarket is empty, no more pasta. What to do? Well, if you have some cow dung to make the soil rich, and you have a pair of oxen, maybe it's not just theoretical. Maybe in a few years, you will be privileged. You will have something to eat, and like that. Different. We're trying to make a practical experiment here, that it is not a dream. It's real, and it is not for just a few years. We are here since 50 years, and we went through many, many difficulties because of ourselves, because of the government, because of so many circumstances, but we are still there, because there is some Shakti there is some potency, genuine, not just a dream. And therefore we are gradually improving. The buildings are improved, the relationship with the French government is improving a lot. They understand that we are, good people and serious also. And more nice people coming, either from France, before it was mainly, some guys who, crazy or don't know where to go, like that. But now, nice cultured people, one example, we have this couple, Simon and Ludivine. Adeline, sorry. It's such a great reward for us, to be able to share our little life with people who are, have some brain, who have some moral principles, nice eyes, Oh, thank you. And not only from France or Europe, but from India now. Before there was not one Indian when we joined here. In 70s, 60s, nobody. And some other Krishna Mesa arrangement. Choof! India started to spread everywhere. And now we are together. We are brothers. We have the efficiency in the West. We have money. We have, just do it. We do it. And but we go in all kinds of crazy directions. India, no money, no power, but knowledge, spiritual life. They give that. So please, from India, keep your spiritual culture and don't be too much into us. I mean, the West, money and technology, computer and like that. Keep your real wealth and give it to others. Bharat Bhumite, Lord Chaitanya said, those who take birth in India or from Indian families, they already have some culture. So they have to give that to the world. Okay. Like that there will be good cooperation. Even our French philosopher Voltaire, he said, said, India, it was in 18th century, he said, India, it's time to turn toward India, he said. It's written. India is only country to whom everybody should turn to. And it's the only country who doesn't need any other for knowing the God of life. Many philosophers in France, they appreciated Indian culture. And, so don't waste your culture by coming here. Coming to West, okay, but give. Like Prabhupada. He came not as a beggar, please, I'm poor Indian. No. He did not came as a cheater. Yes, I am a big guru now, don't need to follow any principles, just meditate a few seconds, have beautiful sex as much as you want in nature, and be happy. No, not that. No, follow some principles, and meditate by chanting the name of God, and study this philosophy, and you will be happy, and you will come back to Godhead. So, anyway, it's very nice, huh? Thank you very much, sincerely, Hare Krishna.
Gopaswami ki?
Go back to